И нет классической песни. Пи-пи-пи-пи-пи-пи-пи.
Right to work!
А, 10, уже в 10, так как раз надо сходить, что-то сделать. А ее тут нету. А как? А как найти тогда теперь? Ладно.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. Hold on. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer? Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright?
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay.
На самом
If it
деле,
was
есть
the
какие-нибудь
police,
еще игры про
she starts explaining
интересное
something.
детектирование? Они такой чук-чук-чук, и все.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes... Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw... 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a...
Так. Может, сама откроется, а? Как бы
This
разморозилась.
orange machine is dead still. You slip your fingers... No.
I have a pry bar in my kinema, in case you want to try again. Though it might be that my pry bar isn't strong enough for that lead.
Turning the crank feels odd. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet. Or an...
Бля.
The bear's eyes are still glowing. A thick layer of cold dust.
Пойдем. Я просто не помню, как именно туда добраться. Пойдем через... Но, скорее всего, не идет, потому что здесь нету фонарика. Там... Может, она что-то знает?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? I'm listening.
Нет.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's she has begun.
Похуй. Блядь, короче, какую-то хрень сделал, ну ладно. А реально, а где она находится? Почему она не пришла? Блядь, я хотел сообщить, как бы. Умер ваш чел. Интересно, сейчас-то прокнет?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Why?
Why must we stop?
Эх. Какая из них, интересно? Что мы тут новенького будет? Ничего.
You hear someone, a poor.
Let's go.
It's general.
Ничего интересного нету. Белкони. Ну давай, давай, за белконем тут. Ага, вот эта дверь, да, открылась теперь?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. So the lieutenant motions to you to go. This is the door. You already know it's the right door.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear some light footsteps and what appears to be a daily.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if dead. Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't. Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information.
The lieutenant motions,
Hello? Who is it?
and someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. No.
Come in, the door is open.
Понял. Это она? Мы тут осмотримся. Подожди. Я хочу потыкаться, почитать. Всех потеряла.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief. Condensation from stepping inside.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it? How have I been? You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer?
Блять.
I don't want to.
Ну что, блять, как? Вопрос вот такой вот глобальный, блять. Сказать, что, блять, он умер, блять, не скажем, блять. Да. Не могу сказать, он не умер. Я не знаю, я пришел. Повезло. Я такой, вот, да, мы пришли. Что я говорил там такой? И все. Что за бред, блядь? Даже сказать, что труп, блядь, нельзя, нахуй. Слишком много. Буду проходить. Буду. Уже 50 раз спрашивают у меня все. Буду. А ты мне задонать на нее. Еще мое топовое прохождение хотите с моими крутыми комментариями? Да, заплатить. Сколько? Да я ебу. Лучше, конечно, знаешь, как ты такой чудесным образом покупаешь на плати Game Pass, и все. И аккаунт мне, и все. Там где-то, ну, 1 месяц 100 рублей, что ли, медведь говорил. Или сколько-то, и все. Мне просто лень этот. У меня уже печальный опыт был, блядь, с этими мутантами общаться. Ну, с одним из мутантов, блядь. Какой-то грубиян мне попался. Козел. Да лучше сам купи. Ну что ты, ну почему я? Чего, блядь? А. Да, ВК Play это кал. Если бы ты видел бы... короче, такой прикол был. Люди, которые купили ВК Play, в день релиза не могли поиграть, ну, примерно... Сколько может быть? Ну, это под вечер, походу, такая парша. Кто... Или не... Я, короче, не знаю, когда. Короче, случилось то, что ты не мог поиграть в ВК Play в сингл игру, потому что авторизация, блядь, ВК Play этот, ну, блядь, сломалась. Все, задудусили, блядь. Все, нахуй. Охуенно, блядь. Вот это они
Inside,
круто
you see a
придумали,
set of
блядь.
steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is precinct 57. How may I... Hold on.
Так, это мы все
I've
слушали.
got...
Yes, this is Central. Billy. Yes, hello.
They're too poor to.
Here we go.
That's where the smoke.
It's Marie?
Marie,
Yes,
good.
Marie knows Billy. Sorry, no. Marie? She said it was an older man. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help.
Anything else you need? 50...
In the cabin, you.
Просто вот вдумайтесь, блядь, премьеры первой игры ВК Play, ну, по крайней мере, не первой. Ну, такой распиаренный, потому что вряд ли кто-то знал про ВК Play, что там какие-то вообще игры есть. И она просто в день релиза не работает. Блядь, сингл игра, ладно, мультиплеер, блядь, там пиздец, там наплыв, но там онлайн верификация какая-то, типа, что ты точно, блядь, ничего так плохого не сделал. Я просто не знаю. Вот я думаю, покупать либо Game Pass на 12 месяцев, либо на сколько? Не знаю, без понятия.
A weathered brown door. The
Это как
number
всегда.
Some, the lieutenant. This
Я
is
бы,
the door.
знаешь, я бы ничего не
You
говорил
already
бы,
know it's
если
the right door.
это была онлайн-игра. Но
This
это
is
сингл.
going to be so.
Hello?
And someone turns down the radio.
The police?
Tidy.
Come in.
Все, заходим. Сразу говорю, сразу так, влетаю с двух ног.
It's you from the books. I don't think.
The lieutenant condensation from stepping in.
Is this. No. This is
А
something
чему?
much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
А почему было 72 же? Похуй.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say?
What did you say?
Oh.
Виктор умер, кстати.
Oh. But. He was just.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and
Как
my
написано,
partner
Виктор
are here for you if you have any questions.
Межан,
Take your
ты?
time, ma'am.
Тогда кто Виктор Межан? Не знаю.
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there.
Фейк.
Lying in
Это
the cold.
нейросеть со мной разговаривает. 100%.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days, maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets
Да.
of her dress.
Мне кажется, Disco Elysium нет концовки. Здесь, походу, бесконечно генерат. Кстати, это интересно, какую-нибудь сделать игру, где нейросеть будет генерит каждую неделю новый контент.
The
Какой-нибудь секрет.
handkerchief.
Yes, thank you.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
Это же
No, no.
в мире
I
таком
just
нужно
need
все
to tell
попробовать,
my
мне
girls.
кажется. Все вообще варианты, что вообще можно.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably
Будем-
the right thing. Thank you.
Да. Только
Just
нейросеть
tell
эту
me, what
забанили,
do I
если
need to
что.
do next?
За базу. Она...
Where is he?
Нейросеть выдала базу,
Can
ее
I see
забанили.
him?
Увы. За базу. Такую, based. Это база. Почитай. За такое вещей нельзя говорить, понимаешь, что страшно, что... такое говорить.
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you
Даже-
shortly to arrange the funeral.
М,
Here's his number.
Да.
in case you want
Ну,
to
да
contact
нет,
him
там...
again.
Да, банворд, да.
Is there anything
Даже
else
мультик,
the DRCA could do for you?
который нейросеть рисовала, походу, тоже забанили. И я уже путаю. Я уже не помню.
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon.
We should step outside and talk.
Я даже ничего не... Почекай. И все?
You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased. That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Let's go.
Ну, здесь тут... Мне кажется, как будто я...
You should return to the boardwalk now that the body has been taken away. There's something you need to see. A little something that your visual cortex has put together while you were away. Let's call it an apparition from... Oh no, it's one of those show, don't tell things, isn't it? You can just stop by whenever you're close. It should be quick enough.
Обалдеть. А как спуститься вниз-то? Как-то так. Это психика. Типа, вот это ХП, это психика. Если ты, скажем так, будешь отвечать неправильно, скажем так, неправильно в том плане, то, что твоей психике навредит какие-нибудь такие слова, которые вредит твою психику, и все. Ты умрешь. Да, по идее, кукуха поедет. У меня 2 раза так, я умирал от этой херни. Во время диалога даже сдох. Посмотрим, что там призрак прошлого. это потом. А это твой детектив, типа, ну, вместе расследовательный. Вот тебе представили его, потому что ты пьяница сраная, типа. Его тебе представили, а он всегда работал один, короче. Вот. Все надо смотреть мои топовые стримы на ютубе, на твиче, везде, где на Трово, там топово, реально. Топовые стримы почти каждый день было. Всегда почти, ну, во всех фильмах всегда должно быть два детектива, потому что нужно две точки зрения, скажем так.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down.
А, из Акима даже.
Simmer down, bastards.
А, получается, вот так это работает. Понял. Что тут? Ничего. Получается, я как бы все правильно сделал. Да блин, уйди этот шар летающий.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Так, здесь ничего интересного нету. Че еще я тут не поискал? Вряд ли что-то новое они нам расскажут, да? Да,
The scruffy
ну
head
да. Вряд ли что-то они скажут. Да ты уберись. Во. Уж на тап нажимать. Так, что мы еще могли пропустить? Здесь, походу, тянка ушла. Да ёптя. Да, здесь все ушли. Здесь тоже тупик, да? Ничего. Ну да. Внутри мы тоже были в церкви, тоже ничего. Так, а где мы не были тогда? Понял. Так, здесь что у нас? Мы тут были? А, у нас монтировки нету, да? Чтобы зайти в эту локейшн. Или это не тут? Да, у нас нету тут монтировки, чтобы войти сюда. Где мы еще не были, интересно? Здесь тоже ничего нету. Дальше идем. Ага. Стабильность. Мне кажется, через клик, наверное, он кого-то быстрее идет, чем через shift.
The cold sea breeze stings your face as you step on the boardwalk, a luminous wheel of pleasure, and all things bright. Its wooden frame creaking in the wind. The mirage looks both sad and glorious in the mist.
What are you looking at?
This must be the pleasure wheel
О,
that Trent
ачива
Heidenstein told you
сюда.
about. The little wooden gondolas dangle in the wind, their seats empty and floors littered with old ice cream. A seabird has made a nest in one of the cabins, but even this looks abandoned. A remnant from a spring. The pleasure wheel stands still on the boardwalk. Its 12 red cabins suspend. There's a ticket office made out of an old gondola. Its wooden frame the same shade of red as the one. The pleasure wheel stands still on the boardwalk.
Хера.
It's 12
Блядь,
wood cabins
поспать?
suspended in the air.
Поспать в отеле 20 рублей и прокатиться на этой приколюшке 20 рублей. Пиздец.
The what now? What is going on with you, detective?
Точно.
Some sadness comes crashing over you, like a bad dream.
I'm not sure what got you on this pleasure wheel kick, but I'm not going to ask any more about it. We should get going. It's getting cold just standing.
The pleasure wheel stands still. Some waves come crashing against the boardwalk.
И все, что ли? И все?
There's some tear, an empty.
Да, здесь тоже ничего нету. Ничего. Короче, буду просто кликом заниматься. Вот, нажимать и идти. Так удобнее. Потому что он как хотя бы сам прописывает путь. Мне кажется, вот здесь что-нибудь есть. А, вот там что-то висит, да. Посмотреть. О, да, тут и, кстати, есть как раз. Что-нибудь тут забыли?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a...
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark.
Я, кстати, только вспомнил, что надо найти, короче, надо этого нищего, который рисовать будет картины, мы будем $1 000 000 получать за это. Прикольнушечки. Осталось только найти такого человека.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical, and Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Такой телеканал есть.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes, an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution.
Лучше пароль
Revolutionized
скажет от
business
этого
machines, possibly
компьютера.
even bring them to, which is a feat of engineering. Even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZUM, haven't. Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. the revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built matinees proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
По факту, здесь диалогов столько нахуярено,
Yes,
что они
to
им даже не
Lurin,
нужны.
their star engineers.
Вот этот
This
вряд
part
ли
of
чел как-то
Martinez was nothing but
нам
reeds
поможет.
before Feld arrived.
Или просто
They
лор,
had to
блядь,
make the
вкинут
prospect
вот
of
до
living-
хера
Oh, I'm
просто.
afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
Мне кажется, надо
This
играть не
story
финал,
is a bit
не Final
too
Cut.
dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask
Как
about
бы
tape computers,
Final Cut, что это такое? Это значит плюс душнина, которую они вырезали перед обычной версией. М?
they used them for military communication,
Это так всегда было.
but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean
Как
the
бы-
radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the
Удобно,
newly
понятно.
created commune of Revachol on the 7th of
Представляете, вот в
March
какой-нибудь
in the
игре,
year 02.
вот вы поиграли когда-то давно, а выходит Final Cut какой-нибудь. Там еще
It's
плюс
a
еще
beautiful
какая-нибудь
piece of
душнина.
text,
Как
actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album.
Самый
Pomme Bessière
интересный,
You should
скажем
read
так,
it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy.
скажем
of
так,
it.
Final Cut это Blood Rain. Я не помню ни хрена, что они там поменяли. Вообще.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
Вот не знаю почему. Blood Rain дальше не выходит. Вышла какая-то только две же части Blood Rain, да?
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver verb
И
on the
третья
cover
это
of the book,
2D-шная. Ну, я
already
не считается
forgetting about
за
this
игру.
part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell
Юмор
got Keith
пошел
and Guy
жесткий.
juiced?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some. In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition
Но,
space
типа,
slash contemporary art
Вот
research
такие
center.
игры очень сложные в переводе, потому что здесь, мне кажется, не... Ну, как это объяснять-то, блядь, все? Короче, сложный текст, скорее всего. Здесь как бы переведено, как смогли, скорее всего. Ну, вряд ли через промпт, что-то типа такого. Но, мне кажется, некоторые вот какие-то, скажем так, высказывания не переведены.
But perhaps I should
Как
return to
правильно.
the tape computers. As I was saying,
Короче,
the
английский
device
надо
itself
учить,
was
чтобы
very elegant,
шарить за
fragile
темку,
even.
как
One
говорится.
could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting,
Но
perform operations, and project
я бы
output
посмотрел бы
onto a white
фильм про
screen.
вот, как,
It was
вот в стиле
beautiful,
Disco
delicate
Elysium. Типа, будет сложно, да, рисовать все
Made
это.
of black film and folding tape
Но
structures.
мне кажется,
Even one would be very
было
useful.
прикольно было.
Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device. But so they... Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Felt Playback Experience. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe... But of course, what else?
Но как бы здесь...
No, thanks to you for having...
Так, мы завершили мысль какую-то.
Anti-object task force.
Вот эти, конечно,
We hope
картиночки самые
the
прикольные,
anti-object
собственно.
task force has assembled.
И у нас одно... Я вот одного не понимаю. Вот написано, дай мне 100 опыта, да? В тексте написано, получено опыта 0. Здесь Опыт 99. Кому, блядь, верить? Если здесь был какой-нибудь лог, то, что показывает, был бы найс тема. А это что? А, нет, это просто так. Темка. Так, что здесь? Что-то опять вообразить можно?
You see, a once bright mural. A slogan used to intertwine.
Райан Гослинг в фильме «Драйв».
Only a shadow of peeled letters remained.
Да.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Ты. О, деньги. Опа, еще кто-то. Казалось бы, я думал, уже конец карты, все, там тупик, нет, можно... А, подожди, здесь что-то еще можно почикать.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Ну, как бы, мне кажется, диск Elysium, он очень сильно погружает тебя, как бы, в игру, типа, вот, она тебе... Это как книга. Кто-то говорил, походу, что это как книга. Это, ну, да, но... И либо они в интервью... Вот я 2 раза, походу, говорили. То, что они вдохновлялись очень многими произведениями. Достоевский. Вот что я только запомнил. Достоевский. Все остальное я
There's
не помню.
rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a
Но
small
это же игра
red
года
salt
еще,
from
типа,
the
еще
sea.
добавок каким-то образом. Вот мы и чекаем все игры года. Вот с Хадесом я не согласен. Хадес не выглядит на игру года. Не знаю. Может, из-за стилистики только она выглядит как игра года. Она же игра года, да? 2021 или 20?
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad. Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharp.
Типа, на самом деле, это интересно для меня, типа, так стримить, когда все прошли, уж все забыли про игру, а я, как бы, знаете, как бы для себя открываю вот эти игры. По дешевой цене, конечно же. Так, сюда не попасть. А подожди, а мы там трогали вещи? Еще и ключ там нужен. Ну, как бы вот мне только в этой игре пока не нравится только система, то, что ты, блядь, не можешь 2-й раз взломать. Типа, что? В чем проблема-то, бля, 2-го взлома-то, я не понимаю. Кал какой-то. Кто ты, парень? Да, обойди. О! Кого мы искали, кстати?
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks...
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course.
Okay.
Thank you for passing along the
What?
message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the AL-81.
Стоп, 100... А по одежде, там одежда у них. Вот вопрос такой, вот 99 плюс 70, сколько будет? Кто-нибудь мне подскажет, как бы? Может, что-то я не понимаю? Реально, может, что-то не понимаю, я считать не умею? Типа, без понятия. Вот это одежда, вот, типа, полицейская, вот. Это, оказывается, это полицейская одежда. Выглядит, конечно, как священник, как будто. Ну, ладно. Блять, а может не надо это рассказывать? Не будем рассказывать историю.
We should really be getting back. Gary could use a
А вот,
hot shower
кстати,
and warm
это
beer.
хорошая идея. А если бы я пошел без него, потому что он всегда одет, а я Ну, типа, у меня куча одежды всегда есть с собой. Hello, hello, hello.
Did he say we can go
Не,
back
было
now?
прикольно, если бы мы могли переодеться в бомжа и просто пообщаться как человек с бомжом, например. Не с полицейским. Но вряд ли такое
Yes,
тут
Gary.
есть.
We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
Не будем мы его,
Just
ну,
have to
ждать,
do
пусть
one more
как бы
round.
сам занимается
See if
своими
the
вещами.
phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Ну, как бы он не умер, в отличие
His
от
hands are
предыдущего
large and weather-worn,
мужа, которого
but
потеряли.
also used to delicate, precise work. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Fantastic...
Ваши претензии поняты и приняты. А теперь уебывайте отсюда нахуй.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
Я без понятия. Я тебе могу вот так показать, если ты что-то поймешь из этого всего. Вот за кого я играю. Я как бы отыгрываю самого себя. Как я бы ответил. Ну, в некоторых моментах, конечно, я так бы не ответил, но ради рофла только.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid called the Megaphasmodeozoensis.
Да там по-любому, скорее, смешные ответы были, я и выбирал. Блять. А представляете, эта игра будет как... Вот есть игра здесь миров Mine. Ну, короче, про войну, да? Ну, про выживание. Там, это же, вот эта игра включена в список вообще в школьную программу. Не знаю для чего именно, но что для чего. Может, играть тоже можно как стать... Да. Она в школьную программу включена. Больше или типа такого чего-то, я уже не помню. Надеюсь, это не фейк. Что я прочитал.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information.
Было прикольно, если бы эта игра была бы вообще, это как в Fallout, типа, как там, Коза же называлась походу, да, или нет? Вот в третьем Fallout был тест какой-то, который определяет, кто ты. В третьем вот эта игра бы определяла, кто ты в реальности, ну, типа, вот какие-нибудь вот такие какие-нибудь вопросики задавали, такой, ну все. Ты тот-то, тот-то, как бы.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
Но из этого списка я не считаю себя никем. Вот этот список, вот это я себя никем не считаю из вот этих всех 4. Вот это, скорее всего, вот я. И вот это я, кстати. А все остальное ходит.
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Ну, давить, я думаю, нет смысла, типа, Леной. Типа, Леночка отдыхает, как бы, пусть. А мы будем базарить о этих вымышленных монстров.
I have to resist the
Мне
thought.
кажется.
Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be
Не, было
capable of
прикольно.
parthenogenesis.
Это как чеховское ружье. Как в GTA, например. В GTA, там, например, говорят. Тебе рад читать про... Я думаю, помню.
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Ну, как бы, вот некоторые вопросы мне до сих пор не понятно. Зачем отвечать вот это, например? Ну, он скажет, да, она. Труп снял? Труп снял.
Yes.
Да, вот какой-то смысл такой.
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid...
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams.
Я, бля, случайно. Это, я думаю, это как GTA, понимаешь? Может вернуть обратно. Я такой, бля, нахуя я его побрил? Он был сексуальный мужчина с бородой, реально. А я его побрил, да ёптер-моптер. Такой кал. Это была самая большая ошибка в этой игре.
Yes. What? I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
Вот просто... Я не знаю. Ладно, он улыбался, да, вот и Жокер был, реально, Жикер. Но он какой-то такой грустный.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid. Although I have come close.
Блин, я вообще слышу Йети. А здесь даже про Йети-то ничего нету, блядь. Скорее всего, это Йети, поймать Йети. Было прикольно, было бы.
Interesting. Something for later. this close call.
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
Рейверов? Ну я уже нашел их, я уже посадил их.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists
Это,
don't.
блядь, это 10 очков, они... Я сам себя наебал. Это, кажется, не 100 очков было в тот момент.
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration. No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name.
Я, как бы, наркотиками, если бы они наркотики не продавали бы, да, лаборатория, целая лаборатория, я бы не посадил бы.
Which is 4,082 items long. About 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
Ну а чё? А вот
Two are
нифиг,
categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages
Понятно,
of
что
discovery, refutation,
это типа
and
рофловый
data
квест,
collection.
но...
Yes.
Я
the
понял, когда я их
Chateauquan
посадил,
forest
блядь,
pygmy,
посадил.
who turned out to be an
Ну
extinct
ладно.
species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable.
Я
It's in a
звезда.
zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than
Я
the public.
забочусь о детишках, которые принимают вот
Most
все эти
cryptids are hoaxes or they are never
наркотики. Ну,
found.
что в куну
It does
превратили?
not
Ты
mean we
вообще
should
видел?
stop searching. Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. Yes? And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you.
Короче,
I
надо...
can't leave before we finish with these traps.
Понял.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Ну, второе прохождение я не знаю, ну, типа... Слушать еще диалог... Я не знаю, как люди вообще проходят второй раз. Здесь столько диалогов, пиздец, с ума сойти можно. Это же как фильм посмотреть, скажем так.
And leave the
Только
traps?
с кучей диалогов.
Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she. Of course it's important
Фиг
to
его
her.
знает.
She's seen it. A verified
Ну,
sighting
тебе,
on
как
record.
бы, как...
One of only
Я
4
игры прохожу один раз, вот типа, знаешь, как, вот, как смог, так и сделал, как говорится. А что-то, знаешь, как бы, перепроходить...
She's seen it.
Сложно. Неинтересно уж она. Потому что, типа, как бы, все знаешь, как бы, все. Да, скип, ну, понимаю, ну, все равно, ну, это же что такое, просто скипать. Ладно, ты там за руин там поскипал. Я, например, фильмы не могу 2 раза смотреть один и тот же. Потому что я вот, если какой-то забыл фильм, я его включаю, все вспоминаю, такой, зачем мне это смотреть?
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another.
Я бы хотел
in
бы,
fact.
типа, какие-нибудь
But
фильмы
that's
посмотреть,
her story
которые,
to tell,
ну, мне нравятся,
not
еще раз
mine.
посмотреть. Типа, да, я вот почему-то мне понравился Люди Икс, дни, как называется-то? Дни минувшего будущего. Вот это почему-то мне заходит. Я не знаю, почему-то. Мне смотрю, а мне нравится. Из-за музыки, скорее всего, вот это Sweet Dream, скорее всего, только и все. Скорее всего.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of
Если,
the
типа,
Indian phasmid
на самом деле,
together.
вот Final Cut здесь, мне кажется,
Can't abandon
вообще
course
не
now.
нужен. Если можно было установить в Steam, типа, Final Cut, либо обычно, я бы обычно поставил, потому что Final Cut это всегда душные дополнительные какие-то разговоры, которые, ну, по факту ничего не меняют. И, ну, может, как-то там раскрывает персонажа, но ты так уже знаешь, он уже прошел. Ну, такое, короче.
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule.
Типа, я думаю, могут
Do
все.
if the phasmid were to starve, while
Там
we were
в
sick and
Final
tea
Cut
at the
нет
hostel.
новых диалогов вроде. А что добавили тогда в Final Cut? Я увидел, что новость, то, что Final Cut сделали. Типа, что... Что ты это
He's
делал?
dead set on this.
Полная озвучка? А, не типа вот это все полная озвучка добавили? Ебать. Прикол.
I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near.
Блять, надо по всей карте походить.
Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast.
Мне кажется, это...
It's behind a small sand
Не
dune
знаю
there.
даже.
On your way
Карта,
to
мне
the
кажется,
old radio
дополнительно вырезанный контент.
after the
Это может быть
church.
все быть. Мне кажется.
The
За
third is
церковью.
set
Ага.
near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds
Canal.
going up the slope, and among them,
Вот я вообще не понимаю, где.
you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week. Wise choice.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be...
It is precious. A single dose cost me...
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the boiling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, but what if the information is vital? What about his eager to leave friend?
Все, пошли, блядь, искать эти каловые массы. Это вот эта ловушка и была, да, все это время? Я видел
There's a
где-то.
trap in the reeds at your feet. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building. Locusts are crawling around in the trap.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Surely. Anyway.
Да, круто, что здесь деньги везде разбросаны, обалдеть. Представляете, в реальности так было бы. Хотя, ну так может быть, но надо полазить по всяким интересным вещам, чтобы такое найти, мне кажется.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them. A dozen at least. The head 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles prime. The morning sun rises beyond the horizon. radiating the first light of the day. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, a host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic the commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crack.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the... Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the...
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died. To be honest, if a coalition member...
Нет, это кайф, то, что тебе опыт дай за то, что ты, блядь, просто что-то посмотрел. Вот это кайф. Это, походу, конец, да, уж карты, надеюсь. Чтобы не уходить реально в дебри. Давай уже. Кайф. Деньги мне надо. И тара, главное, чтобы... О, кайф. Я все эти бутылочки знаю. Надеюсь, есть ачивка какая-нибудь в стиме на про бутылочки. Я бы хотел бы выполнить их. Так.
Ля какая. Ля какая. Ну давай.
Вот так будем ходить теперь. У нас почти полный комплект фауна, типа. А, кстати, надо качнуться, мне кажется. Ну, я не знаю, что-то качать, качаем вот это вот. Мысли. Я суперзвезда. О. Так, здесь все, что ли? Поехали. Сюда нельзя, да? Или можно? Нет, сюда нельзя. Слава богу, что нельзя. Все. Мы почти всю карту обошли, получается. Надеюсь. Так. А вот еще одна.
This is the trap, Morel. The reeds by the abandoned campsite. The later it gets, the colder. This trap is also full of panicked locusts.
Another empty trap. Yep, the next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Он не верит просто. Мне кажется, все существует в этой жизни, все существует. Что захочешь. Что еще есть там?
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way. You don't have a reason to. Yet.
А что, реально тайник тут?
Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there.
Где? Где тайник? Кто тайник? Наебка какая-то опять. Мне кажется. Так, осталось еще 2 где-то ловушки надо искать. Одна где-то рядом тут. А подожди, что-то было. Не знаю, для чего вот это он записывает. Типа, есть какой-то смысл в расследовании. Я где-то здесь, походу, это видел. Или не здесь. Нет, тут нету. Пойдем дальше. Где же я видел? А, вот да.
This trap's not the reeds sway in the wind picks up here. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done. I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
Нормально, нормально. Зато прогулка на свежем воздухе, надеюсь. Но тут нет, вряд ли. Надо дальше. Все, пошли. Я бы, конечно, как-нибудь отдарил суперкамеру и просто кликнул, но сам пусть идет, шлепает. Чё мне нажимать на это все? Жаль, что монтировку я не нашел новенькую, где-нибудь красивую, качественную. Где-то за церковью еще, говорят, есть, да? Где-то за церковью. Или нет, возле бетонной какой-то. Может, это и есть типа, бункер? Там, говорят. Тут я что-то не могу вспомнить. Где-то еще, где-то еще. А тут-то нету. Тогда где? Угу. А я не знаю, где последняя. А, понял. И где? Ага. Нормально.
It takes you a moment. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. The constant, distant song. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. No locust. No phasmid either. But still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there.
The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Right.
Не верит он. Ну, надо верить, верить. Все, пойдем расскажем все. Ну, по идее, я, походу, что выполнил тут? Я просто не могу вспомнить, что еще мог. Скажем так. Кстати, Витя, вот у меня есть такая куртка, да? А у тебя вот такой нет куртки, мне кажется, видишь? Завидую. Да. Так, вот мы пришли. А это кто?
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to think.
Oh, sweetie,
Кто
I don't
мяукает?
even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Тоже слышу, кто-то мяукает, реально?
truly a lot of legwork.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude.
Обалдеть, вот это...
Mexican origin.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever...
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get this?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When I looked up, and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gut.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that
Our first, yes.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige.
Значит, тоже
where the
подумал про
camouflage
конечность
ends.
белую почему-то. Мы, походу, на одной волне с этим.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's...
What if it is the case?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here. What makes it a confirmed sighting?
So she couldn't have made it up or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew. You trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it.
Так, сейчас приду. Так. Что нам дали? Охуенно. Охуительно. Вообще кайф. Ты кто?
Hey, was there something you needed? Well, well. Bringing in that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Угу.
I really owe you one for getting us out of those reeds, officer. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his note. Yellow man, might this be the owner of that mug you found in the trash? This is something to ask him about.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Oh, I didn't mean it in any scientific way. Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taken care.
So you do know something about it?
No, no.
Okay, классика.
He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. My mug? Why would you think that? How do you mean? Forgive me, officer, but we've only just met. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the
вот
hostel.
это интересно.
I know you're not going to find me, are you?
Да, я думаю, информация нам более... Да срать эти бабки. Кал.
Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's
Жалко,
property to dump
что
my garbage
нельзя
ever
потом вернуть.
again.
А давайте, в смысле, все-таки штрафанем вас.
I don't know what got into me, really.
А честно, а почему его... А, подожди, а почему его они ищут тогда? Может, они нас... Мы же оба гери, получается? Может, не того?
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law. Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay.
Yes,
I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have.
Блядь, конкурент моей, кто бутылки мои собирает, сука, блядь. Я тебя просто надо было тебя штрафануть.
No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
What sound? I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this, though.
Maybe it was pinball.
What? Really? There's lots of weird sounds in a...
Блять, это
Maybe it
кал.
was pinball.
Пиздец.
Armor? No. I mean,
А
yeah.
чё-то...
Of course. I know he was wearing armor.
Блять, я надеялся на
I
этого
don't know
человека,
anything
но он
about it.
нихуя ничего нам не скажет, походу.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small way.
Ну, спасибо только, да.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics. Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one? Well, this is that racist.
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact. No problem at all.
Ну, давай.
Is he?
Хуй.
He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
You wouldn't be able to hear if you were wearing anal beads. Please excuse my colleague's humor. Working this murder case is taking a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer.
What he means is, working on the case is taking a toll on you, and working with you.
Of course. Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Надо было до этого...
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know? Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Я хочу знать детали.
Whatever it is, tell him I'm silent as the grave. I was probably talking too loud in the world the other night. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you...
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation. That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together. As if yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. give the cuirass to the officer at
Ну,
once.
наконец-то уговаривать не надо.
Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows
Бля,
what
как
jungles.
ответить-то? Здесь единственный ответ?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around because I was weak. I should have told you.
He's a scaredy cat.
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up, only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you yellow.
Блять, придется мечу, блять.
CLI officers commanded the suzerain
Перезапусти, что мне отдал.
Most of them sided with the king when
They were thoroughly conservative men. He realizes. He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Подожди, руки у нас есть, ноги есть, броня. А штаны нужны?
But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Эмпатия. Что у нас с эмпатией? Нормально всё? Ну, мы прощаемся в сексе боя. К Морелу. А кто их с них Морел-то? Я же сказал.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but...
Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts? No.
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to vent. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us.
Heartfelt gratitude. But
thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely that you should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bugs?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as...
Delinquents. My favorite.
Уже любимый,
Oh, you've
понял.
been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a...
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. Morel, it's been fun. Really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is...
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. Well, hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him.
I don't know what got into him, officer.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
A whore, huh? A lot of that going around lately, from the mouths of distressed men. Whatever the case, you've hit a nerve. He's...
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the...
Блядь,
Oh,
душнило,
shut up and
блядь.
stay out of this, Liz. He
Реально,
raped her.
завались.
He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy. Everard personally sent me to take care of this.
Ботинем на полицейского, как бы,
If
сучка,
this
блядь.
goes
Надо,
south,
надо
we'll all be in the shit.
Титу, бля, въебать,
But
мне
you,
кажется.
Titus Hardy, are going to be buried.
Ты хоть-то лох,
Am I
но детектив
understood?
не можешь въебать.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Another apocalyptic actor in town? This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point...
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why, won't you listen to it? You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Блять, я давно уже, блядь, посадил вот эту всю шаечку, блядь, но не дали нихуя.
They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
Я и посажу их, мне похуй.
I won't be on
Всех
your
нахуй.
bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, right?
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass?
Yeah, play it with your ass,
Блять.
cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that, Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Ну, пойду. Они как будто подкидывают ложные улики, мне кажется, блядь. Почему-то.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed.
Нихуя себе мне насрали тут. Нормально, да. Блядь, я не помню, где... Кто-то говорил, кто-то мне... Из персонажей говорил, где можно послушать хрень. Так не помню где. Ну опять к Куну идем, чё. Без Куна никак.
Fuck does Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison! Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Kuno doesn't...
Зря так сказал. Надо было это, типа, как бы... Не сдавать, ну, не пугать этих хуйней.
All around you, the hisses and like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodation.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. Yes, I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough. If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was but what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs, so what?
So it wasn't a phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow.
Stop!
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
Понял.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Maybe I am.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds! Don't...
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a...
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno! You'll have to take me away!
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. So that's what this is about. Without a word, she disappears entirely behind. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lit. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired.
Понял. Так, а где кассету послушать? Все равно не помню, нифига. Где же видел я?
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. And so it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can...
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the trap's...
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick.
You're right, you're right.
Бля.
We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
You can? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after...
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all.
Охренеть, здесь вкидывать можно, блядь. Че еще можно сюда вкинуть-то? Ебать, здесь столько много всего, пиздец. Не знаю, оставим это. Пока я не знаю, что еще. Так, пойдем зарядим. На все 4 или на одну? На одну, надеюсь, да? Надеюсь, самое ближайшее. Из всех. Это ж по идее.
The trap stands empty amongst the reeds, powdered.
Fantastic.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our... Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Так, кассеты, воспроизводить кассеты. Кассеты, тут. Я тут видел. Да.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
Так, а чё, подожди, а чё если мы все почекаем? Чё будет?
You see rows of toys sold. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win it. Yes. Buy something nice. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Это чё? Лампа, да, большая?
Typical Martinez street light. What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on.
Remember, he doesn't like music. He likes sounds. The Door Gunner Megamix is his type of tape. Certainly, he'd give you a discount if he knew you'd play something so experimental.
4 real is offensively low, but just this once. For the Sorry, man, I can't be giving out freebies. Never have. And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play in it.
Так, пойдем на улицу.
Six crumbling petals rest.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybelle's or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. The revolutionaries saw the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's art. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry. The porter reel is just you push, command set, and
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill sh... Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice...
Охуеть меня слушай.
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel. The
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still, Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he told. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to...
a symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
Так, ну пойдем, блядь, спросим. Сначала к нему, потом к ней.
It's you again. What is it? Smart boy. You go do that.
Блядь, натыкал. Давай еще помедленнее это делай анимацию, пожалуйста. Так интересно на это смотреть. Стоян. И, блин, топовую шляпу просрал. Ну, ёбаный рот.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Ну, получилось.
Something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably
Nice.
filling you with a belief in your own.
Даже здоровье восстановилось.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it?
А, сейчас туда сходим, реально.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been one. It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider. It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is one person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both. Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
То, значит, они подслушивали ее.
Between
Да?
that
Я что-то вообще не могу
and
понять.
that.
Теперь.
No, these little horizontal lines are different.
А.
They look custom-made to me. Or some
А,
kind
ну
of foreign
все,
print.
все тогда понял.
Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross.
Ну, то, значит, наемники тут смотрели за ней. Опа. Пять.
Over there, in the corner, not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats, a classic. A little.
Играть надо, да?
Oh, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Блять, скилл-чеки проходить, да?
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by... The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped. Indeed, think of them as... It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy the kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot. An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent. He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something. An ampoule? The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a...
Congratulations. This is where the game ends.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost impossible. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are used...
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake, and then it's all over.
Бля. Скорость реакции, бля.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat
Сука.
plummets into the
Школьник.
fog with almost
Ща.
suicidal glee. There goes nothing.
Ща. Скорость реакции вам нужно, да? Скорость реакции, да? Скорость реакции. Сука, нету ни одного, что ли? Пиздец. 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 Бля. О, дело. Координация. А это что? А на что меняет? Так, ну. Давайте все на желтенькое оденем, может быть, что-то да и получится каким-то образом. В это поверить. А что нам минусы дает? Минусы на скорость реакции есть? Самообладание снимем.
The machine.
Блять, нет, все, я пососал яйца. Ах. Пососал я яйца. Эх, да.
The machine is dead and silent. It needs... You see a heavy steel door with... You immediately feel drawn to the color.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
Ну, блять, хуй знает даже.
This small elevator is dimly lit by smells of nougat and sweat. The maintenance card under the control panel. This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and there are large rectangular buttons. Monter, descend.
That it does. I say, let's brave it. No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century. No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution. Seems so, although it's pretty...
Поехали. Ничего интересного нет. Так, ну за ней следили, можно сказать.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pin...
A creek. Some...
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of...
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing...
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of...
Stupid superstition. But still, it's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable.
Да, надо сообщить им, не забыть. Насчет этой тянки. Сообщим, что за ней подглядывали.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As the porcelain
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. Where did they get this recording exactly?
Я тоже хочу знать.
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy, to keep on living, until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed...
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy...
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him...
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things
Кажется,
the
только
field
блокнот
autopsy
его
alone
кончится.
can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page, the lieutenant, the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term.
Oranje?
Вообще, по идее, все знаем.
Oranje's map of waterways.
Мы
This
это
fits
знаем.
with his tattoo.
You were
Yeah, sure.
almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. He was 42.
О, вы дали.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
Понял тебя.
There is no challenge without competition.
That's too conceptual for me.
Blue. Light blue. They were
Блядь,
like,
а я что отвечал? Или мы
like little blue
смотрели там?
galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
No. Okay, sure. Here you go.
Ну ты козел,
What
блядь.
else are we missing, officer?
Проебал Ким, соси быбу, блядь.
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
Блин, я забыл про это.
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of what Anis lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the straw. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. 10. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's..." And so it goes. Star after star. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick
Не,
arms
подождите.
from a small town. He was also
У него
poor,
пропуски
and the
какие-то
government of
вообще.
Aranya needed some people killed.
Она
So they
спокойно
turned him into a
говорит
grotesque
о
killer
нем.
for
Типа,
money.
я уже забыл вообще все. Надо проходить реально, блядь, с залпом нахуй игру. Ну это вообще нереально.
He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It very well could be.
Можно
Yes.
водочку принести? М?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know. That's not funny, officer.
Как это?
The lieutenant blinks. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine. So how much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now. All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigure. You could ask either one of them.
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer. Look who's finally awake.
I don't know. As old as time
Bueno.
itself? Ageless? 50,000 years old? I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is an apocalypse cop?
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is much larger than...
Wait. This requires scientific measurements to the laboratorium.
Блять, что от рождения? Не, я не буду их вкачивать. Пизда, блядь. Так, что мы здесь вкачать? Что у нас меньше всего? Давайте... Вот это... И... Это... Не знаю для чего. Блять, линия опять... Я еще не до конца завершил.
This window.
Да ёба. Всегда хочу спуститься по-человечески.
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing that, dear. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid, yes. Field work is a young person's game. Morel will eventually, or we'll talk.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I...
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this?
Different? How? I'm not. It's a strange feeling. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood, seeing the Insulindian phasmid, was just a story I used to tell people? Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone. No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was...
Зачем ставить-то? Эх ты, Алексей. Хотите кресту американец.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write
Обалдеть.
anything. He's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit. An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, all qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we?
Martin Hotel.
Just another
Спасибо за
pathetic old
subscribe.
couple.
Thank you, subscribe.
If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Но мне кажется, субскрайбы тут не помогут ничем. Это пустая трата денег.
But we've had our hard times too. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist.
Are there some of the other
Блин, почему у меня именно вот тут получается восстанавливать себе психику, блядь, а вот там, где тлен, Не могу, там мне все в минус идет.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever and I need to get him home to Jamrock. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas powered.
На
And then a
бензине?
taxi home. It's
Нихуя.
not so bad.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream.
No one can stop you from finding the phasmid.
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle
А это
Road,
где? Тут где-нибудь?
Jamrock, but... You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a
dream. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters
Эй,
as she
не
gets
показывают
to the
даже, как она
doors,
уезжает
then
красиво.
pushes them open. Outside, it's...
We should go too.
Да, нам тоже пора. Подожди, стой. Надо с ним еще пообщаться. Почти всех раскидали тут.
Hey, was there...
Этот ничего нам не скажет. А водярщик? Борщевик. Ну, даже Ким быстрее к водочке-то побежал.
The man ponders.
Тут ничего тоже нету. Тут. Тути.
Again?
Тоже ничего нету.
Yes, sir.
Тоже ничего нету.
I've got nothing.
Тоже ничего нету.
It's you again. What is it?
Мне кажется, вот это лицо где-то я видел. Это, походу, знаете кто? Из Team Fortress 2 этот солдат. На него похож.
And that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Fucking fuckity fucker. What did she say? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn. Alright. I'll fucking write him.
Сосупается.
Fucking.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors.
This is just perfect.
Мне кажется, Тит уебет ее. Мне уже кажется, скоро это
Any
произойдет.
thoughts on this, lawman? Nah, I know her. She's just a girl, in over her head.
I knew it. Titus, I knew she was professionally trained by her walk.
Yes, Glenn.
А какой смысл ему говорить что-то вообще?
Everyone can see that.
Мне кажется, ему... Это вообще ничего... Пошел на очко, как говорится.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. Is meant to. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus not lying, scamming.
Он, короче, хотел эту тяночку топовую заполучить, мне кажется. Мне так кажется. Она его отшила. Залутала бабки с него и отшила.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers? Now we're talking.
Это топовая тема. Я готов.
Cafeteria manager.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Как, блядь, 82.
The fucking what now? You mean the barman?
Yeah, we're all very focused. What is it?
Yeah, cock carousel. I hear the goddamn word. What are you saying?
Boss, I think he means a joyride made of suckers. You.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing a new word in my life. Now fuck off, will ya?
Boss, I think he's just gonna keep saying cock carousel. Sounds like you're on some kind of carousel yourself. And it's not a pretty one.
No, he's not. Officer, look at me. I need to see if your face is drooping.
Блять. Я потратил все
Yeah,
хп, блядь.
you don't look so good. Beer?
Пиздец, я потратил на хуйню хп, блядь, на хуйню. Я хочу кое-что проверить только. А как выпить? Никак? Никак? Блять, кал. Что делать? А как убедить-то? Подождите, а что я делал-то, блядь? А что я делал-то, блядь? А что я делал-то, блядь? Там же, я думаю, конец уже диалога. А, риторика, блядь. Ой, блядь, душнила ёбаная, блядь, перезагружаться надо. Пиздец, блядь. А это чё, А чего клик-сейв? Уже после? Да? Блять, ты такой кал, блять, на 82% не сработало. Пиздец, каловая масса, блять. И надо сохраниться всегда перед ним, блять. Пиздец, какой-то кринж, блять. Я хуею. Пиздец, бля. О, все заново, бля. Такой пиздец.
I was just thinking.
She put with a... She doesn't.
It's in...
Does he say he's gonna do it so... Yeah. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it co-host? He wasn't actually there. He didn't...
Yes.
Oh, no.
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
People who go to university...
You can trust Pillar Bookhead.
Right. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Cohoy massacre, and the... Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Had on...
Did it...
No.
There is a... What kind...
Thank you for clearing that up.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer...
A nickname?
I guess.
Lelis. We have a few...
The young woman, the last missing pieces of a...
You were almost right, officer.
Yes.
Did that...
No.
No love for Mother Araignée.
No. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. Mm-hmm. I love Ravishal. He was for... he had even celebrated...
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't.
There is no chat.
That's too conceptual.
Blue. Pardon.
He had a...
Yes.
Ah, yes.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliant...
No. Okay, sure. Here you go.
Oh.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. Sure. Waterways. How?
Is this Oranese?
Yes. And the woman. And he said, and so it goes.
Наверное, всегда сохраняться, короче, в этой игре.
No, thank you.
Go on.
He was a blue. He went to Killer Academy in Fredifar. It is when you're high. It very well. What do I mean? That's not funny, officer.
The lieutenant. All right. Let's see where this is going.
Cool. A real? How much does...
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage with... All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she... Wait. Below. How old? You could ask either one of them.
Huh.
She's by... Look who's...
I don't know.
You're not.
Sure.
Блядь, мне 50, ебать.
Wait. This to the laboratorium.
Теперь сохраняемся. Точно. Тут мы были, да? Были, надеюсь. Поехали. Да? Надеюсь. Сейчас проверим. Насколько мы там были. Блядь, это пиздец. Когда вот не сохраняется, это такой кринж, блядь. Это такой кал. Всегда забываю про это. Здесь диалоги. Ты вообще ничего ни хрена не понимаешь в этих диалогах, блядь. Что-то говорят. И все, блядь.
Hello, dear. Thank you. Morel still isn't feeling well. Yes, Morel will eventually.
The lieutenant stares.
That
Very strange.
different. It's... Do you... Morel's so proud of it. No, that I'm...
That I...
But now...
The he's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit. An acorn is not the same as all quality.
But if I had... Oh, I was...
She has to swallow to relax.
Maybe. What you...
Are there some of the...
A true belief. Either way, I should go... Oh, no, thank you, but I can...
Really?
Oh.
No one can stop you from finding the phasmid.
Okay, it's a... You too.
A waste of a dream. Like that. She drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open.
Считай, понимаешь, это диалог на 30 минут. Я посмотрел, пиздец же, ёбнешься, блядь. Давай.
It's you again.
Это я уж 50 раз к тебе подхожу.
And
that fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it...
Yes.
Funny.
Seems like they...
All right.
Please try to...
This is just...
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you.
Oh no. He's definitely compromised too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, guy.
Why?
Success.
They admitted to unlawful collaboration.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl.
I knew it.
Yes, Glenn.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
I already
Без
told
сохранился же, да?
There's less gust.
Come on, tighter.
You know what? Next time, Nat.
Yeah.
On the floor.
What is? Why do we make it 100 beers? Now we're talking.
Блять,
Hoppity hop
80.
over here, cafeteria manager.
Блять, там я на кого-то надавил. Записи. Да похуй мне на него.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Fat Angus, the powerful. Just remember, it's about more than Clark.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
We didn't light him on fire.
That's it. That's the weak.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say
Uh-huh.
one more thing to the cop.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off. Angie, where's your goddamn inhale?
I left it home.
Why are you so fucking fat?
У меня ингалятор
Angus?
был?
Now it's all pointless.
Нет?
Because of you. You wasted my time.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could...
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training.
У нее тоже, говорю, что есть оружие есть. Только у него нет... У нее дробовик, что-то еще. Ну, не наша пушка.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head.
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? Two of them?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a
вот это.
Fucking dirty shit.
Теперь я понял. Короче... Так. Он жил у нее в номере. Дырка в пол... Они занимались любовью, скорее всего, и она его пристрелила, скорее всего. Либо кто-то ее пристрелил. Я, что ли?
He means they'd been fucking.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked if she shows up on police radar. They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her.
Да она убила уже, потому что она так отреагировала на поебать на него.
She'd be ghosted away.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. Fella, you think too much. He's off all right.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go. Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place...
Бля, ну это...
We'll take that into
Блядь.
account.
Похуй мне. Третья есть, когда она выйдет из тюрьмы. Тамыр. Я хуй знаю, что качать без понятия. Качай все. Мне кажется, это фейковые, типа, это уборщики. Хотя я вообще не понимаю. То есть кто? Полицейские, которые вообще просто сидят, вообще ничего не делают. Нахуй они нужны? Она свалила. Нет, не свалила.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired.
I understand. I didn't lie. Not a lot. I've done my absolute best not to.
Come on. She lied through her teeth. And you...
It was a mistake. I'm sorry for wasting your
Прости, в тюрьму нахуй.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay, the Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje. The old.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. I wish it did, but sadly no. Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern.
Это и есть,
If I
скорее
show up
всего,
in your
это
records,
татуировка
officer,
дракона.
they will find me.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me, well, then I'm
Срать
fucked.
просто.
For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishal. Or even in
What exactly did you do?
industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their...
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first, as to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have... Sure, I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb.
A great pain moves through her. A dark and...
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. I'm not lying to you.
Не-не, соврал один раз в полиции, второй раз не будет. Тюрьма нахуй, все. Закрываем, пакуем.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage.
Они, а почему, кстати, вот самое интересное, выстрела никто не слышал вообще. И стекла разбитого не слышали. Там что там, туз какая-то жесткая была, что ли?
Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and
Почему никто реально про выстрел не говорит? Что,
I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew
Ход
something
снайперки
was
у них
wrong.
так работает, то что вообще ни хрена не слышно.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to...
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen... It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something. So I did. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did?
Бля.
Look into this later.
Не, ну все равно, ну это же, блядь, придумано, нахуй, блядь. Зачем труп вешать? Зачем, блядь?
What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Klasia.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know
Я
that.
сам не понимаю вообще.
But I would never hurt him.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of
Да,
jealousy.
ну, если только Руби его убил случайно.
He was
Надо
a serviceman.
ну, найти, откуда
He must
стреляли.
have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it. Coalition military have rifles.
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head. Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
She simply shakes her head.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. I just don't know. I don't know anything.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. There's because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and he kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer, and it makes you sweat.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tip.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods silently. She doesn't even... He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her. Who? What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not the most fair and just at all. She probably
И
didn't
вообще,
give you her
так
real
что
name
сложно, на
either.
самом деле. Здесь
Why
в
would
игре
she?
нет каких-то
Arrest her
подсказок,
immediately
типа то, что
before
мы
she
должны,
further
ну,
entangles
точно
you in
знаем.
her web of
Ну,
lies.
реально, это надо игру, надо, блядь, с блокнотом сидеть и записывать, что
Take it
говорят,
easy.
блядь.
Don't
Все просто
overcompensate
невозможно
with this
запомнить.
course correction. Ask questions first. Yes. Start at the top. See?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper.
What? I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town.
Yeah,
Call
slow down.
8 100. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was.
That is the emergencies desk. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call, too.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to common server.
Может, это что-то нам
I couldn't
даст.
just beg you not to enter my name. So like I lied before, like I did at LCSB, I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it. No, it's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Meas
Falsified documents?
Oh.
passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them.
Why would they do that?
О, все, бан нахуй ее.
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly.
Да.
I didn't west of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest. It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Could it mean Clausia is an alacronym for Katarzyna Alazier?
It was a sentimental thing. I want it to be more me here, this time.
A nickname. Who gave you this nickname, Clausia?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Ха. Документы поддельными живем. Обманула полицию. Это бан нахуй. Это, блядь, все. Расстрел.
She purposefully
Тварь,
misrepresented
да.
information crucial. Fucking mind games. Enough.
Согласен.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Блядь, а что написать, что ты мразь просто? Блядь, что за хуйня?
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no.
Fragile, unshielded.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second,
Ja,
as
блядь,
if looking
вот
into
она
herself
уже,
for
блядь, опять не
certainty.
может...
Then, in a hushed voice,
Вымразь.
Ruby.
Руби?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her in the
Блядь,
place
я
downstairs.
угадал.
She's been
Что
pretty
это может
frank
быть
about what she
такое?
wants. Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was... When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me.
Почему ты сразу не
She
сказал,
even asked me to
ебанутка,
run
блядь?
away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She's
And you led her on?
a little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Блядь, я не знаю, надо перечитать, я не знаю, что ты муж пускай.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But somehow she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching? Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true.
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell.
Ведь она пиздит, но если мы тебе скажем, а давай-ка мы тебя, не знаю, на лысо побреем, блядь, она что-нибудь еще выдумает, блядь, какую-то хуету, блядь. Я не знаю, верить ей, нет.
To keep the Hardys in line, I tried severing ties with her after that.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Блядь.
She could have had access to the roof. You've noticed that door there, right? Maybe she could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot right here, where I stand.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is...
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me.
Okay. And what? Arrest the liar now. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Still? After all this, sir, please. It's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too, but I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I disturbed the sanctity of a count.
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, drink and dance, wallowing in shit. You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can write me one. You don't have to take me in right now. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months, or maybe even 1 month. That's all I need.
You do have the form.
That's it. I'm calling it. Kim is beyond compromised.
Ой, как сложно становится.
Definitely, sire.
Everything could change. This city, the extradition rules, the people after me could be in jail. Or maybe Ravishol could be free. I could be tried in a free Ravishol.
Ну, типа, мне
An
кажется,
independent
смотрите,
state that doesn't hand its detainees
можно
over to the
поступить,
moral
как она
empire.
хочет, а ее не трогать. Ее убьют когда-то. Либо ее спасти, ну, может быть, спасти, то, что мы в тюрьму посадим. Ее там убьют.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
Don't. The world can change.
That's not the answer she was hoping for. Thought that you were some kind of patriot or communard. This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. You alone stand on the throne. She looks at you in silence. Her face. Wait. If you arrest her, Kim will have to transport her.
Okay.
You'd be without your partner for. Shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
Так, смотрите, она дала ложные показания нам. Потом она призналась. Ее хотят убить. Не проще, типа, в полицию взять, чтобы ее там было безопасней. Похуй
I
мне.
will escort you to the motor carriage.
With a muffled whimper, she extends her wrists.
This won't be necessary. I will take you to Station 57 myself and slow the extra. It may be possible to stall it indefinitely, but you will be safer there for the purposes of this investigation. I can do this on my own. She's not an immediate flight risk. See you tomorrow morning, officer, downstairs at the Whirling in Rags.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his. Feels good, doesn't it? Of course you do, Harry. Everyone does.
Тварь. Мразь. Во-первых, вот кто первый стрим помнит, я вот из-за этого поступил с ней так. Мразь, что будет, что могу сказать. Тварь.
Yes?
Again?
Just dragged her away, huh? Stone cold. Didn't think you had it in you. Yeah, you ruthless son of a bitch.
Yeah, like when we let old Clancy's widow walk.
Oh, Denise, the diner girl. The milk rack on that one.
Can't say I wasn't sad to see her go. Our Clausia there. Her face when your friend walked her out. Goddamn. Like she was walking to the gallows.
He avoided looking her straight in the eye. You would have too.
What? I ain't got time for this whack shit. I just hope she don't think I forgot how I specifically let you
Блин,
know.
нам другой.
Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or...
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral.
And fuck you too, moral
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit.
Because she was here all night.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
No.
The window Clausia gave for the time of death.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not...
That's probably for the best. Don't break your...
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was... You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird...
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding... Maybe from the coast. But like I said, nah. The only way up there is through Clausia's room. We've only been drinking here for what? 6 years?
Been thinking of getting wilding in racks. That is on my ass, boss.
There you go. Tatted on his ass.
No, but that doesn't prove anything.
It's just 2 dolls. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us.
Yes, she could have. Garbage. It wasn't a Sambo artist call. I've been doing this for 10 years.
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never a bullet-bending sniper.
Кстати, да мне кажется,
That's
это не она.
right, Gene. Now, Carl. You
Carl.
established a window of opportunity.
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
All right. I'll play alone. Those 2 doors of yours. The winch connects them with some...
What winch? Where's the winch?
On the side of the building. You can
Не,
see it
почему
from the
говорят?
harbor.
Мне кажется,
You
это...
want to be a lieutenant. You gotta keep your eyes peeled.
А куда в туалет пошла? На улицу, да, она сказала? Они сказали. Но здесь же выход на улицу нету.
I've seen the winch.
Fuck off, man.
Firmly. Try shit on a stick. And even then, a route doesn't put that bullet in the Burke's head. A gun does that.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it? Also inoperable?
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it?
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roidheads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still
He must be referencing some past case of the... He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying...
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory. If it would...
You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed Deathbringer.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
You lost your gun?
What in it?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Sure. Take your sorry ass out of here. Ruby didn't.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
Да, согласен. Нахуй ты сказал?
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
Нахуй я
Easy
сказал
now,
вкалывать.
Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do?
Phase 3. Motive. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Yeah. Like what? A thing? You mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Yeah? No. Ruby's got more balls than a ball pit. You'd have to be an idiot not to... Guys.
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you. Cause you're 40 and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to... Figures. But that Ruby is queer as cabaret. Now that I start thinking about it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy.
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
And I suppose you have a theory about...
Like fuck she was.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs. The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up...
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in the...
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop, you put your head in...
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Yeah.
He knows he's avoiding the more serious implication. And so does Titus.
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
Silence. The old man in the corner. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would. Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. I told you. You. Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Yeah, that's real funny. She wasn't laughing. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she said you have a funny taste in clothes. Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human.
And then, when they're all empty, just move on to the next can. Don't.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just
open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it.
Silence. He nods.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning. She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like...
Yeah, Al. And we won't.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
Пиздец. Я уже устал это читать все и слушать.
A little. On the coast. More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlog. Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now?
She said she's building a pay.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale some. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
Бля, пиздец, бля, ебано. Это еще куча заданий. Спать в караоке. В коридоре. Блять. Ой, сука, я это... О, нет. Блять, ебучее сохранение 300 блять. Это же, блять, все остальное говорит, что тут еще тут есть, блять. Сука. Блять, кал.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Я понял. Блять, опять проебался,
You
блять.
kick it.
Какой
Gung-ho style. The door is oblivious.
кривачку, короче, блять. Сохраняться тут надо, я не знаю как, блять, каждую секунду. Я просто забываю про сохранение. Это пиздец. Ох. Каловая масса, получается. Жалко, кстати, нет параметра сохраняться после, блять, диалога. Блять, я диалог важный проебал. Что здесь рядом есть хуйня. Apple. Все на это?